The financial system is rigged. From the day you are born to the day you die, you are being programmed to stay poor. And that's why someone like Elon Musk is trying to change the system. Normally, you're told to go to school, to find a job, and that at this point you will be financially fine. But this is a lie. This is a trap into which you are drawn. And in this video, we're going not only to see the true reasons why you're destined to be poor, but also how to change your fate. I have deeply researched this topic because I continuously see people that, despite the efforts, the good salaries and jobs, they always end up struggling with money, risking to lose their own house and not living the life that they would like. And so I've discovered that there are actually two main reasons why we are all destined to be poor. So let's start with the first one. And this is actually curious because since a young age, I've always felt there was something off with it. I always felt that it was not up to date and that it wasn't actually bringing the value that it should have. And I am talking about school, about the educational system. Because as I saw it, it is an institution that is actually just developing good and anonymous workers. It's not really preparing you for your adult life. And that actually has been a feeling since many years. And now I've been researching a lot, as I said. And from feelings, it became reality. Because what I found out is actually that the global educational system has been developed 200 years ago during the Industrial Revolution in Germany. Because at this time, to increase the performances of the factories, companies needed to have good workers that would execute well the tasks that they were given. And so they needed an educated workforce. And that's how schools actually were born, to create this workforce. And so the objective of these schools was to develop obedient workers that would do efficiently the tasks that they were given, which basically is what we do at school nowadays. And this system spread from Germany to all Europe and the US. And this was a system that clearly worked super well with the Industrial Revolution. And it had a lot of success. But the problem is that since then it has never changed. And for example, in Italy, still today they teach you Latin and ancient Greek, but they don't teach you about programming languages, which is one of the most valuable skills that you could learn now, and that it has also created many millionaires and billionaires. And so what happens is that you go to school, you learn a lot of theoretical stuff that will not actually impact your adult life, and you're also told that you have to go to university, which I'm not saying it's bad. I went to it and I'm happy of it. But, and this is a big but, you get out of school and you have zero financial literature, zero entrepreneurial skills, and more in general, you have not the mindset of discovering and learning new skills. Because actually you've been told your whole life that it's during school that you learn things. And so how can you succeed? How can you get money if for the first 18 years of your life you have never talked or learned about money? How are you supposed to know how to invest, how to find a good job, or to plan for your whole life? You just can't know. And so what I'm trying to say is that the educational system has failed you. And it is the first reason why you don't have the money that you would like to have to, and that you probably deserve. Because you actually never got the right tools to make money. And this is something that many successful people have understood. For example, Elon Musk built his own school because he knows that the educational system will not be good enough for his kids. And that's the same reason why many billionaires say that university is not something that is always useful. And let's be clear, I'm not saying that school is evil and that there is a conspiracy that wants everybody to be poor. It's just that also the people in the educational system grew up in this same educational system. And so they just don't realize that. And this is what I actually call the cycle of financial ignorance. And so the truth is that if you don't learn by yourself, nobody will ever teach you. And so as an example, when I was 14, I decided I wanted to make money. I wanted to be rich, but I had no idea how to. Nobody ever talked to me about money. Not my family, not my friends, not the school. And so I started searching on the internet, and that's actually how I discovered trading, with which I actually lost money. But then I started investing, and then I started studying personal finance. And so I was doing everything by myself, and this actually changed my life. Because now I'm financially free. I know that I will always have enough money to live well. And the only reason why I can say that is because by myself I started studying personal finance. And so that's what you have to do. You have to do the same. You have to start learning. And there are different ways to learn. And one is also to subscribe to this channel, because this is actually my objective. I want to share my knowledge and my experience to improve your financial knowledge so that you will be able to live the life that you want. But clearly there are also many other YouTube channels, as well as there are many books that you could read, about which I'm also going to make a video soon. And so let's now go go to the second reason. But firstly, answer me. How often do you discuss about money with family and friends? And by that, I mean talking about salaries, about investments, mortgages, and other big and important things about money. You probably rarely do that. Have you ever asked why? Because since you were a kid, you've been taught by your family, by school, by the society, that talking about money is bad, that it should be private and that you should never share about it. As well as you've also been taught that rich people are bad and that if they have money, it is because they stole it from someone else. That's what's actually called community programming. And it means that since you were born, you grew up in an environment that was programming you to think that and by consequence to be poor. But it's not their fault. They also grew up in the same educational system we were talking about before. And so they just don't know what they're talking about and they don't even want to talk about it. And I clearly was in the same situation. Imagine that my father would have rather run out of the house instead of talking to me about money. And so what I did is actually that I started talking about money with my friends and family. And so I started sharing my investments, my salary, my plans for the future. And in the beginning, it was actually a little awkward because they were all thinking that I was fixated with money, that I was only thinking about that and I was putting my nose where I shouldn't have. But then they understood that I was just sharing so that we could all learn, because I wanted to learn about money to be better at managing my own money. And so now I have friends that tell me everything about their finances, from their salary to their stupid expenses. And it is amazing because we don't have discussions to judge each other, but to learn. And this way I've been able to help many friends as well as they've helped me with my own money. And the same happened with my father, that before was running because he didn't want to talk about money, and now he is the one starting the conversation about money. And so that's what you should do. Be the spark in your environment. Be the spark that improves the people that are close to you, because over the time you will definitely benefit from it and it will change your life. And so also, if you don't know to who to talk, or you just don't want to talk to your friends and family for whichever reason, just do it for example on Reddit, or even write to me. The important thing is that you discuss about it, you talk about money. And so both the educational system that developed us and the environment in which we grow up program us to be poor. But as you understood, you can change that. You can become financially successful. And the first thing you have to do is to improve your finances now. And it is as simple as watching this video. Thank you for watching and see you soon.